Money funnel revealed from Secret Service to Trump. President Donald Trump has literally been making money off of his time in office, which is not exactly something one might like to hear about a president of the United States. Observers expect presidents to act impartially, without personal financial interests meddling in the process, but that impartiality is absent from the Trump administration. Federal records newly obtained by the government watchdog group Public Citizen bring the tally of Trump Organization charges to the Secret Service up to a whopping $628,000, more than $500,000. That means that well over $500,000 has gone from taxpayers to the president's family business just because he felt like visiting a Trump-branded property while in office. Those newly revealed costs include nearly $87,000 over 147 days to rent a cottage at Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, and $396.15 on 135 nights of lodging at Trump's Mar-a-Lago Club in Florida, for a previously unreported total of about $53,000 at that resort, all of which transpired in 2017 and 2018. Robert Wiseman, president of Public Citizen, commented, "Trump treats the president as a self-enrichment scheme. Slowly, we're beginning to learn the size of the bill to taxpayers. It should be crystal clear that this particular ploy is by no means saving a fortune, as Eric Trump preposterously claimed." Indeed, in an October 2019 interview with Eric Trump, the president's son claimed that his family's ownership of a slew of properties around the U.S. was supposedly saving the government money because, supposedly, they were charging very low rates. As it turns out, that's not true. The Bedminster bill alone includes 3 days in 2017 when taxpayers were charged $1,666 per day, which is outlandish. Eric Trump had falsely claimed that we charged them like $50 a night for Secret Service and other government stays at Trump properties. In reality, the rental rate for the Bedminster arrangement alone, which worked out to up to $17,000 per month for rent for a cottage in the Gulf's resort compound, is significantly higher than a comparable rate for the properties that are even right nearby, which go for comparably as low as just $3,400 per month on average. The Trump team claimed to the Washington Post that the Trump Organization is legally required to charge some kind of fee when renting out the facilities to government agencies, but it's unclear what legislation they may have been actually referring to. Perhaps the resort was their twisted take on the legal prohibition against the Trump Organization charging significantly more than a perceptible market rate and thereby getting even more cash out of the government. Public Citizen, for their part, got the newly released documents through a Freedom of Information Act request turned court battle. Mitch McConnell's worst nightmare just came true. A week ago, things were going exactly the way Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Donald Trump, and the Republican National Committee had dreamed they might. Bernie Sanders was winning big in the Democratic presidential primaries, and former Vice President Joe Biden's campaign appeared to be stuck in neutral. Then, Super Tuesday came and shook up the Democratic race, making Biden the frontrunner and Sanders on the outside looking in, down by 79 delegates, with more tough contest for the Vermont senator still to come in the weeks ahead. With Biden in the lead and getting stronger, McConnell is facing his worst nightmare, according to A.B. Stoddard, associate editor for Real Clear Politics, who was asked by CNN host Jim Sekuto on Friday. Let's talk down ballot. Big argument, and you heard this from Senate Democrat lawmakers worried about a Sanders nomination effect on down ballot races. One said it will lose us 25, 30, that kind of thing. Now we're seeing Biden surging. You see some of that fear being relived and Steve Bullock jumping into the race. Races where Democrats have a chance of getting, bringing back the Senate. What do you see the down ballot races stand today? That led Stoddard to note, this is Mitch McConnell's worst nightmare. Donald Trump may not appreciate the threat to the Senate Republican majority, but Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell certainly does. Senator Thom Tillis in North Carolina, he's not only below his Democratic rival, it is now officially a toss-up race. Senator Martha McSally in Arizona, below her Democratic rival. They're going to have to spend tons of money on John Cornyn in Texas and Iowa Senator Joni Ernst. This is becoming expensive. This is a real threat, and with Biden at the top of the ticket, the majority is in question. McConnell himself is also in a deep hole when it comes to his own re-election effort, and that only leaves 24% of Kentuckians who have a favorable view of him. 44% say they see McConnell unfavorably. That's a 20-point spread, and it's hard to win an election with numbers that low, especially when you consider that he's facing a Democratic challenger, Amy McGrath, who's a war hero and is raising enormous sums of money for her bid to unseat McConnell. What a difference a week makes. For Mitch McConnell, this could wind up being the week from hell he never thought he'd be facing. But he is, and things are getting worse by the day for him and Republicans.